the possessor of one of the most wondrous voices of the 20th century. This vocalist ranked with Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday in the very top echelon of female jazz singers. She often gave the impression that with her wide range, perfectly controlled vibrato, and wide expressive abilities, she could do anything she wanted with her voice. Although not all of her many recordings are essential, her legacy as a performer and a recording artist will be very difficult to match in the future. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Sarah Vaughan. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born Sarah Rose Vaughan on March 27, 1924 in Newark, New Jersey, to Asbury Jake Vaughan, a carpenter by trade who played guitar and piano, and Ada Vaughan, a laundress who sang in the church choir. The Vaughans lived in a house on Brunswick Street in Newark for Vaughan's entire childhood. Jake was deeply religious. The family was active in New Mount Zion Baptist Church at 186 Thomas Street. At the age of 7, Vaughan began piano lessons and sang in the church choir. Vaughan sang in church as a child and had extensive piano lessons where she developed into a capable keyboardist. She began to develop an early love for popular music. In the 1930s, she frequently saw local and touring bands at the Montgomery Street skating rink. By her mid-teens, she ventured illegally into Newark's nightclubs and performed as a pianist and singer at the Piccadilly Club and at Newark Airport. Vaughan attended Eastside High School and then transferred to Newark Arts High School. As her nocturnal adventures as a performer overtook her academic pursuits, she dropped out of high school during her junior year to concentrate more fully on her music. After Vaughan won an amateur contest at the Apollo Theater, she was hired for the Earl Hines Big Band as a singer and second vocalist. Unfortunately, the musicians' recording strike kept her off record during this period. Vaughan spent the remainder of 1943 and part of 1944 touring the country with the Earl Hines Big Band, which featured Billy Eckstine. She was hired as a pianist so Hines could hire her under the jurisdiction of the Musicians Union rather than the Singers Union. But after Cliff Smalls joined the band as a trombonist and pianist, her duties were limited to singing. The Earl Hines Band in this period is remembered as an incubator of bebop, as it included trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie, saxophonist Charlie Parker, and trombonist Benny Green. Gillespie arranged for the band, although the contemporary recording banned by the Musicians Union meant that no commercial recordings exist. Eckstine quit the Hines Band in late 1943 and formed a big band with Gillespie, leaving Hines to become the band's musical director. Parker joined Eckstine, and over the next few years the band included Gene Ammons, Art Blakey, Miles Davis, Kenny Dorham, Dexter Gordon, and Lucky Thompson. Vaughan accepted Eckstine's invitation to join his band in 1944, giving her the opportunity to record for the first time on December 5th, 1944 on the song I'll Wait and Pray.
Blue, I'm all for you.
Critic and producer Leonard Feather asked her to record later that month for Continental with a septet that included Dizzy Gillespie and Georgie All. She left the Eckstine Band in late 1944 to pursue a solo career, although she remained close to Eckstine and recorded with him frequently. Other than a few months with John Kirby, Sarah Vaughan spent the remainder of her career as a solo star, although she looked a bit awkward in 1945, as her first husband George Treadwell greatly assisted her with her appearance. There was no denying her incredible voice. She made several early sessions for Continental Records. And December 31st, 1944, she released her vocal version of A Night in Tunisia, which was called Interlude.
Too good to last, the magic
However, it was her selections for Musicraft, which included If You Can See Me Now,
behave, but that's quite impossible.
Tenderly,
The trembling
and It's Magic.
are really true. Well,
These songs found Vaughan rapidly gaining maturity and adding bop-oriented phrasing to popular songs. She soon signed to Columbia, where she recorded Sassy. Vaughan continued to build on her popularity. Although some of those sessions were quite commercial, 8 classic selections cut with Jimmy Jones Band, an octet including Miles Davis showed that she could sing jazz with the best. During the 1950s, Vaughan recorded middle-of-the-road pop material with orchestras for Mercury and jazz dates, including a memorable collaboration with Clifford Brown for the label's subsidiary, RC Records. Later record label associations included Roulette. She then found herself back with Mercury, and after a surprising 4 years off records, she later recorded for Mainstream Records. Through the years, Vaughan's voice deepened a bit, but never lost its power, flexibility, or range. She was a masterful scat singer and was able to outswing nearly everyone except for Ella. Vaughan was with Norman Granz's Pablo label from 1977 until 1982, and only during her last few years did her recording career falter a bit, with only 2 forgettable efforts after 1982. However, up until near the end, Vaughan remained a world traveler, singing and partying into all hours of the night, with her miraculous voice staying in prime form. Pianist John Malachi is credited with giving Vaughan the moniker Sassy, a nickname that matched her personality. She liked it, and the name and its shortened variant Sass stuck with colleagues in the press. Vaughan was married 3 times to George Treadwell between the years of 1946 to 1958. From the years of 1958 to 1961, she was married to Clyde Atkins. And from the years of 1978 to 1981, she was married to Wayman Reed. Unable to bear children of her own, Vaughan adopted a baby girl named Deborah in 1961. Deborah worked in the 1980s and 1990s as an actress under the name Paris Vaughan. As a result of her daughter's marriage, Vaughan was the mother-in-law of former NHL star Russ Courtnall. In 1977, Vaughan ended her personal and professional relationship with Marshall Fisher. Although Fisher is occasionally referenced as Vaughan's 3rd husband, they were never legally married. Vaughan began a relationship with Wayman Reed, a trumpet player 16 years her junior who was playing with the Count Basie Band. Reed joined her working trio as a musical director and trumpet player and became her 3rd husband in 1978. In 1978, she was given an honorary doctorate of music by Berklee College of Music. In 1985, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And in 1988, she was inducted into the American Jazz Hall of Fame. In 2012, she was inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Sarah Vaughan?